Welcome to the WPL Book Drop Podcast. I'm your host, Becky Miller, Circulation and Marketing Assistant at Waterloo Public Library. Joining us today is Library Assistant Missie. Missie was born in Lamars, Iowa, which is the ice cream capital of the world, home of Wells Blue Bunny ice cream. What's her favorite flavor? All of them. She's never met an ice cream she hasn't loved. In 5th grade, Missie got to take the classroom pet home for the weekend. It was a white rat. Oh my goodness. She was so excited that she was finally able to take home this rat and take care of it. She decided to give it a bath with Vidal Sassoon shampoo, and it turned the rat purple.
It sure did.
Oh my gosh. What happened when you took the rat back to school and it was purple?
Well, let's just say that my teacher was not very happy. She was rather mortified, but I became very popular in that class because all of my classmates thought it was very cool to have a purple rat.
I bet.
So it was quite an experience, to say the least. But yeah, who knew that Vidal Sassoon shampoo could turn a white rat purple? And it did.
That's so funny.
It did eventually wash out, and I don't believe Vidal Sassoon shampoo is on the market in the United States anymore, and there's probably a reason for that.
That's probably it.
But yes, we had a very cool pet rat in 5th grade.
Do you remember the rat's name?
I don't. I was trying to remember that. I don't remember its name. I wish I did. I'm gonna have to do some research.
I was thinking, like, what would be a good pet rat's name? I was like, oh, Templeton.
Yes, I'm sure it had a name. I just have a terrible memory. I'll probably have to dig my scrapbooks out or something and find out what its name. I think it was a male. I do remember that it was a male. So a purple, white-haired rat turned purple in 5th grade.
Funny.
It's crazy.
And then also, Missie has never broken a bone in her body.
Knock, knock.
Hopefully she didn't jinx herself by sharing this information with you.
Right. Let's keep it that way. No broken bones.
Yes. So welcome to the podcast, Missie.
Thank you very much. Happy to be here.
Let's start by letting our listeners get to know a little bit about you. How long have you been with the library?
I'm dating myself here. Almost 28 years I've been here at the Waterloo Public Library. The first year I started out, I was in the circulation department, and then quickly moved over to the youth department where I could use some of my teaching degree skills working with the kids. So over probably about 27 years in the youth department and almost one in the circulation department. So
awesome. What do you do in your day-to-day work at the library?
Oh, I get to work with kids and I love them. I do a lot of educational programming, story times, summer library programs, Lego labs, anything that has to do with birth through about 5th grade down in the youth department. I do reader's advisory. I help kids and their families find materials, anything that has to do with customer service, and I love every single part of my job. Very much.
What would you say is your favorite part of the job?
The kids. Definitely doing programs with the kids, doing story time, the Lego labs, anything that will bring kids into the library to use their library and its services and to get kids excited about reading and learning new things, for sure. So anything, all of my job is my favorite part of my job. There's no parts that I don't care for. So I love to serve the public, and I love working with the kids and helping them read and enjoy books.
In a lot of ways, working in a library is kind of like the dream job.
Yes.
I know how hard it was in the pandemic for the youth department in particular, with the kids not being able to come in and, moving summer program to virtual. That was so hard, missing the kids. And I know you've done like virtual story times, and you're starting to bring back more story time now.
Yes.
So can you talk about what that experience has been like?
It was hard, especially for our department, because obviously we like one-on-one and hands-on, especially with the kids, and it was really hard on the youth staff. It was hard on the whole staff, but especially the youth staff, because we weren't doing in-person story times and we weren't doing all the fun programming that we do in person. We had to pivot quite a bit. We went, to virtual story time, but it's not the same. Doing virtual story times is a good service, but it's not the same as having the kids right there in front of you and interacting and reading to them. So as soon as we opened up a little bit more and started having some in-person programming, it really helped our mood for sure, because it was great to see all those kids and families come back in the door. And I will admit, I did kind of shed a tear or two at my very first in-person story time when I had kids in front of me and I could read to them in the same room. It was a long 2 years, and now we are getting back to the point where we are going and kids are coming and families, and we're doing all the programming, almost, I hate to say the word normal, but getting back to normal, and especially this summer with going full force with all of our fun things. So it's been tough, but we're being rewarded now that people are back in the library and using the library and its services.
Yes, and I've been in the circulation department, and it's been fantastic to see all these families coming back in, the smiles on kids' faces. So we are so excited to have them back. And you did mention the Youth Summer Library Program. That's one of the reasons that we have you on today, is that you're part of the planning team for that. Can you tell us what the youth department has planned for this summer?
Yes.
And when did the program start?
We are so excited. We have a fun program planned. Our theme is Read Beyond the Beaten Path, and we're choosing to do a camping theme that will be kind of fun, and we're stretching it out a little bit, not just tents and hiking, but other things incorporated into that. The program will start the second week of June. It'll be the Monday after the Waterloo Community School kids get out of school. It runs for 6 weeks, and it is full of contests and prizes, and we've got a bingo board, we've got in-person programming, we've got a whole calendar of events that will be coming out here in May. Once that is all finalized with dates and times, it will be going on our website and also on our social media, Facebook and Instagram. Do you want me just to talk a little bit about the programs that we're going to be having? And
Oh, that would be
all that?
awesome.
Okay, so we're going to start off the very first week. We've got a s'mores jar where kids get to guess how many marshmallows are going to be in the s'mores jar. That's going to be our first contest. The kids can come in that first week of the program and get registered. They can pre-register online and fill out some initial information on our website if they want to do it. It makes it easier for when they actually come into the library to register. So if they want to pre-register, they can do that. Otherwise, they can come in at their convenience that first week of the program, and we will be giving them, drum roll please, a free book. So on their very
Awesome.
first visit, all of the kids, birth through 5th grade, will get a free paperback book. They will also get a bag with registration materials and the calendar of events, a bingo board for them to complete during the summer to turn in for their grand prize drawing. We will be having some crafts this summer, some really fun crafts. But yeah, they'll get a bunch of neat things, bookmark and all kinds of fun things in the bag when they come register, in addition to the free book. We are having a registration event on Monday, June 6th and Tuesday, June 7th. We're going to be doing outdoor registration from 9 to 12 that morning, and we're going to have some fun outside. We're going to get all these kids registered for the program. We're going to have bubbles and chalk and games. We're going to have popsicles, all sorts of fun stuff. So we're hoping to see a lot of kids and families come register those first 2 days of the program, Monday, June 6th and Tuesday, June 7th from 9 to 12, get their free books and their registration bags. And then I should tell you also, they not only get one free book during the summer program, but 2 free books. So we'll be giving them one book in June and also another free book in July, when hopefully they come back a few times in between there, but they will get a total of 2 free paperback books during the course of the 6 weeks. So they'll be doing a contest that first week. We've got, throughout the program, I think we've got a movie madness contest. that they can do the third week of the program. And then the fifth week, I think we're doing like a scavenger hunt inside the library, a camping scavenger hunt where they can go and search for camping things within the youth department. We've got some fun crafts coming up. We're going to be doing a camping magnet. We've got a light up firefly the kids are going to be making, and also a light up campfire that involves a little tea light with a switch on and off, and it looks like a realistic little campfire. So that should be fun for the kids to make. In addition to the contests and the crafts, we also have quite a few in-person programs. We have a fun event called the Cold-Blooded Red-Headed Reptile Program. And believe it or not, it's going to be a hands-on program. So be ready to come, bring your kids. There will not be registration for this program, but you might want to come a little bit early because there will be a waiver that you have to sign if you would like to touch the reptiles. So the Cold-Blooded Redhead is bringing a lot of fun reptiles, some exotic animals to teach the kids about, and then also a hands-on program where they might be able to touch. We also have a drum event coming in July called Fanzaba Drums, and it's an African drumming program where the kids are going to get to participate and use hand drums and create some neat music together. So that will be a fun program in July. Interspersed throughout the summer, we've got some other fun in-house things. We're going to have a puppet show on June 24th. At 10:30. I believe the theme is around animals. We have some Lego Labs coming up. I'm really excited to bring Lego Labs back where the kids can come and create with all of our Legos. And that will be on June 28th and 29th. No pre-registration required necessarily for that program. Just come if you can until we run out of space. And then let's see, we've got a fun event. Kelsey from Gray Lane Studio Yoga is coming to do some bug yoga sessions. And we're going to do an infant and toddler yoga session, and then one for the preschoolers and older kids. Registration will be required for that program because we will be limited on space, but that should be a fun program, and we really appreciate Kelsey sharing her talents with us. So bug yoga is going to be on July 12th, registration required for that. And towards the end, we are going to wrap up our summer program, Reid Beyond the Beaten Path, with our finale party. And we're going to be doing a movie and some popcorn and a craft out in the youth department. And I believe Encanto is the movie, the popular movie right now. And I think that's what they plan on showing for that finale event to wrap up the summer library program this summer. So lots going on. I'm sure there's a few things that I neglected to talk about, but all of the information will be printed and ready to be distributed to the kids that register. And also, like I said, on our social media, Facebook and Instagram and Twitter, and then also as soon as it's ready on our Waterloo Public Library website, waterloopubliclibrary.org. So lots and lots of things going on. So we do have virtual story time for those people that are still concerned. We still want to be able to serve all of our patrons. So virtual story time is going to continue through the middle of July, and that's on Tuesdays. And there is registration required for that because we need to send you a link for that. But also we are going to expand our in-person story times. We will be doing our preschool story time on Wednesdays. We're going to do an infant and toddler time on Thursdays. Both of those are at 10:30. And then we will be bringing back our family story time at 10:30 on Saturdays. So virtual on Tuesdays, preschool on Wednesdays, infant toddler on Thursdays, and our family on Saturdays. And that will be going through the end of the summer library program, which culminates on July 16th, I believe. And then we take a little break and get planning for the next round of story times and our fall programming. So we're excited about being able to bring more story time options back because we're getting good sized groups. So we're going to start to split them up again. So, and no registration required for the story times, the regular story times, except for the virtual, if people want to continue doing that. So
Awesome. You're going to have a great, busy summer. It's going to be
Very.
fantastic.
Yes, it is.
And so you're talking about the Youth Summer Library Program. On our next episode, we're going to have Diane talking about the Teen Summer Library Program, and then we'll have another episode where we talk about the Adult Summer Program. So look for details on those in coming episodes. Before we wrap up, Misty, can you share with us a book that you've enjoyed recently?
Ooh, well, I feel like I should talk about a children's book, but what I'm reading currently right now is actually an adult nonfiction book, which is kind of a genre I don't normally read. Usually I read more fiction and of course a lot of children's books, but a fascinating book called Secrets of the Sprakkar, and it's by Eliza Reid, and it's about the tagline on the front of the book says Iceland's extraordinary women and how they are changing the world. And it's about kind of it's written by the first lady of Iceland, and it talks goes into a lot of detail about women's rights and gender equality and just a lot of fascinating things that take place in Iceland that are different than here in the United States. So I'm about halfway through. It's a very informative read and kind of stretches your brain a little bit. So I'm hoping it ends as good as how it started. So it's really gripping, and it makes you think a little bit. So I like throwing a nonfiction book in there every once in a while. But my next book that I'm super excited about, that's in my queue, of course, all librarians have stacks of books, that waiting for them, ready to read, is the All Iowa Reads 2022 All Iowa Reads book, and it's the kids book this year is The Lonely Heart of Maybelle Lane, and it's written by Kate O'Shaughnessy, and that's the next book I'm going to read. So I try and kind of alternate adult and children's fiction. So I want to get that All Iowa Reads book read, so I can start to push that into kids' hands and tell them about that. Because it'd be great if we can have lots and lots of kids in Iowa read that title and then be able to discuss it. So yeah, there's always a good book out there just waiting to be read, for sure.
Absolutely. Missy, thank you so much for joining us today on the WPL Book Drop Podcast. It's really been a pleasure.
Thank you, Becky. Appreciate it.
If you liked today's episode, be sure to follow and subscribe. Thank you.